So, y'all, I'm on my way to Pleasant Hill, North Carolina. And I wanted to come in here and deal with two concepts versus a reality. Over the 4th of July weekend, there were innocent black children murdered in the crossfires of gang violence. Now, this is something that is become a norm in the black community, in the hoods. This has been happening since I was a child. You'll have mothers and other members of the community that will form to beg and plead with these gang members to stop the senseless violence that is murdering innocent children and innocent people. The arguments that we make to justify a lot of this behavior are two things. They'll call them crimes of proximity, where we will counter-argue against this white society that, well, it's not really black on black crime. That's not a real thing. These are crimes of proximity, in which case, whoever you live around, that's going to be who you commit or who acts of violence or any crime are going to be committed against. This is a poor fucking argument to justify this type of behavior. I understand the crime of proximity argument. But when we're talking about a bunch of bitch ass, hoe ass, sellout ass, coon ass niggas with their semi-automatic weapons holding triggers down to get to somebody and end up murdering children, this is not a crime of proximity. It can't be chalked up under this veil of crime of proximity. It can't be. We can't allow it to be. Period. I understand that this white supremacist system, media and propaganda, tries to make us all look like we're hardened criminals. And thus we must fight back against that. But what we also must fight back against, and I would say with even motherfucking violence, is these motherfuckers running around here, opening up fire in crowds, in malls, anywhere, with no type of fucking rules of engagement. And then they get to go around and go home. A lot of times, they get to go home. Or they're waiting for the cops to prosecute them, find them, when the members of the gangs should have an issue with this. The higher-ups should have an issue with this within these gangs. That is an act that should be punishable by death. Those motherfuckers should be made an example out of. How the fuck you hitting kids? I made this point in earlier a video I made years back. Why the fuck can't you just take to the woods and y'all motherfuckers hunt each other and just go in with it like that? You want to open up at a restaurant. You want to open up in front of malls. You want to open up in front of playgrounds. You don't give a fuck. Despicable motherfucking behavior. These motherfuckers need to be killed. This is not a crime of proximity. The other one that we use is, this is crimes of poverty. Murdering innocent children, murdering innocent people, murdering bystanders has nothing to do with fucking poverty. Absolutely nothing to do with poverty. Again, I understand you countering the arguments against this white supremacist system as they try to make it seem like they're so much better. But these aren't crimes of fucking poverty. Just because you poor don't mean you have to murder a fucking child. What the fuck type shit is that? This type of crime and senseless acts of violence must be held in a separate category as despicable. No excuse for the people who take place in this type of behavior. Jail or prison isn't even good enough for them. They should be murdered. All these gang motherfuckers, all my life, they've been sitting around here talking about they some real niggas. What type real nigga are you if you're hitting children, you in the gang with a motherfucker that hit some kids and they're not murdered? What the fuck is real about this? What are you talking about? What are you trying to make yourself believe? What has the black community allowed to happen on our watch? Couldn't be one of my motherfucking kids. Because I'm not looking to the cops for justice. I'm taking to the motherfucking streets and I will murder their motherfucking children if I have to. That's what it'll be. Eye for a motherfucking eye. I'm murdering them and their children, not on accident. Not, oops, my bad, as you let off 100 rounds into a crowd to get to 2 motherfuckers. Ain't no oops, my bad. That becomes my life goal. And if I go down for that, I go down for that. That's where the black community should have been with these fucking violent ass gang member motherfuckers. That's where we should have been. It's more of you than it is of them. They killing your kids and you letting them. There's no protection for our children. We don't protect them from white supremacy, and we don't protect them from these goddamn violent ass gang members who don't give a fuck about our children's lives at all. Because they opening up anywhere. They ain't developed no code. If I got a problem with you and I see you out here, you gonna be good. You at the mall, you at the playground. I'm gonna catch you somewhere when you buy your motherfucking self. And then we gonna handle our motherfucking beef then. Those are called rules of engagement. When you know when you go into war, soldiers are going to be killed on both sides. Soldiers getting hit. But casualties, because you opening up at a goddamn mall, at a playground, at a cookout, at a block party, you motherfuckers can't stay calm. Y'all live in the same fucking area. You gonna see these motherfuckers again if you want to hit them. But you just open up. And then the black community just let that shit be okay. We can't let that shit be okay. We cannot continue to let that shit be okay. Because it's not. There's no excuse for it. It's not a crime of proximity. It's not a crime of poverty. And I won't allow it to be chalked up under this veil. Put up under this umbrella. Letting these bitch ass niggas off the hook. Waiting for the cops to go find me. You know they don't give a fuck really. Some would argue that, well, it's because ain't no real OGs left. That's not an excuse to me. Because the people within the community should be holding these motherfuckers accountable. You kill a kid, then we gonna come take you we gonna take your motherfucking ass out. And it really should be happening from within the gang. The bosses of the gangs should be administering this type of discipline. Had that been the code, if that was the code, we wouldn't see this type of shit happening so often, so prevalently. Had somebody comment and say, well, Rob, how you even know that it was black gang members that took place in this? Because we understand that the cops and government organizations will stage shootouts to keep rival beef going amongst gangs. But I'm not going to sit here and say every innocent black child shot was the cops. That doesn't make any sense, because it's not just about the 4th of July weekend. It's about so many weekends and so many days throughout my entire life that this type of shit has been happening. When innocent children, innocent people are being killed, they don't have anything to do with what's going on, and it's being allowed. I could not imagine holding my shit together knowing that my child was murdered while they were walking home from school because a Crip saw blood across from my child and decided to open up an AK and shoot the whole fucking sidewalk up, and my child is murdered in that situation. I couldn't imagine that. And many of these people who lose children, they stay in the same communities. They don't move out. This type of behavior that we are allowing, and we shouldn't be, these people should be fucking murdered. I don't give a damn black, who they are, what they're doing. Yeah, I don't care about all of that. If this is the type of way you conduct yourself, then you are a detriment to the black community, in which case you need to be put the fuck down. I wouldn't give a damn if it's a 14-year-old that did it. I'm coming. That's how I would look at it. And not only for him, but for the entire fucking game that allows this type of shit to take place. I'm coming for every goddamn body. They'd have to take me out. Because I'm coming. I'm not asking questions. I'm just shooting. That's what they do, right? I'm just shooting. That's the mentality that we should have been had in our communities. And by now, this shit wouldn't be happening. They would understand, shit, if we end up hitting somebody innocent, they come and start murdering all of us. The community converges against all these gang motherfuckers that conduct themselves like this. That's what happens. That's how it is. This crew, that crew, whatever motherfucking crew, whatever gang, that's what should be happening. I can't allow us, as we're trying to argue and debate against the white supremacist system, as white people try to make us look like the criminals of the entire nation, I can't allow us to put this type of violence under the umbrella of proximity and under the umbrella of poverty. There is absolutely no excuse for this at all, in any type of way. Again, two rival gangs, two rival crews, or whatever over some corners turf, they want to take each other out. Y'all knock yourselves the fuck out. Because you haven't realized how fucking stupid you are about that. Well, y'all knock yourselves out, kill each other. That can be chalked under the veil of proximity. But this 6-year-old child, these children, these innocent people, no. And I don't even think prison is good enough for you motherfuckers. Our communities have been begging these motherfuckers to stop forever. They're not stopping. It's almost like y'all know how we like to go beg white supremacy to see us, and we'll say, well, until there are acts of violence against the white supremacist system and the people who murder our children that are white, until we start knocking off they motherfucking kids, until we start knocking they motherfucking ass off, they're not going to stop. I will make the exact same argument for these motherfucking gang members, for these violent drug dealers, I would make the same argument for them. Until the black community start hitting these motherfuckers off. Because y'all can kill each other all day. When you start killing innocent people, innocent, unarmed children, then they should get the same type of violence, the same type of retaliation that we say that we supposed to give these motherfucking cops. Because essentially they are the same motherfucking force. They're the same occupying terroristic force. That's what they are. And at some point, the members of communities that see that this is the type of behavior that is engaged in constantly, y'all gonna have to take to the streets. You got to pick up arms and take to the motherfucking streets. Now, I was raised around this shit. I'm not in a community like that now. But the people who are in these communities, you're going to have to take to the streets. You're going to have to let these gang members and drug dealer motherfuckers know that y'all going to stop killing our motherfucking kids. Because your stupid bitch ass can't aim. Call yourself real nigga this, real nigga that, and you're allowing innocent children to be killed, and you're not administering any type of enforcement against that. The same way we'll tell the cops, well, shit, motherfucker, what's a good cop? You ain't doing nothing you're not doing anything about the bad ones. What the fuck is a good gang member? A good drug dealer, a good boss, a good OG. What the fuck is that? If you're doing nothing to deter motherfuckers from just opening up fire and killing innocent people, that should be a direct violation. But that's all the fuck I wanted to say, y'all. I want people to understand where I stand with this type of shit. I'm not chalking this up. This ain't robbery, theft. We're not even talking about rival gang violence. That's gang on gang. Gang bodies versus gang bodies, that's on them. I'm talking about innocent black children, innocent black people who have nothing to do with the gangs are being hit by stray bullets. Because these non-aiming, non-code having niggas get to run around acting like this and nobody holds them accountable. Now they may be locked up. We understand that they may end up getting locked up for this shit, but prison ain't good enough for me. That's not good enough to stop what's going on. And I won't allow proximity and poverty to be used as an excuse for this type of motherfucking behavior. I can't allow that. I can't allow it to be put under that umbrella. But that's all the fuck I wanted to say, y'all. It breaks my heart for the families that are losing children like this. I don't know how they do it. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't fathom it. To have one of my children murdered on their way from school, or at a playground or something, or they just hanging out, and I just live in that community, and the same gang members that are responsible for it, they still on the corner chilling, and I haven't taken to murdering all these motherfuckers. I don't even see how it happens. I understand the fear, but I can't see it. I can't see it being a situation that I'm in. And as we are understanding the enemies of our communities, we cannot forget, we must not look over these stupid ass, coon ass gangs, gang members, drug dealers. We can't forget about them. We can't. Because they don't have sense enough to just kill each other. They never had sense enough just to do that. And thus, they are an enemy to our communities and need to be treated as such. I see black people taking up arms, taking to the streets with their AKs to stand against the KKK. I see this type of shit going on. But there's some communities that need to be marched up into, and it's some motherfuckers that may not have a hood on. May not be KKK. They call themselves Crips, Bloods. They own this corner. They selling drugs on this corner. They doing that instead. And they are just as problematic. Because they have no rules of engagement. And will murder any one of our children at any given time. They don't care. And they need to be dealt with. Right along with the racist ass white supremacists. Right along with them. That's how I feel. Some of you may have an issue with that. There are people who have children as young as 14, 15 years old, letting Uzis off. Off with their motherfucking head too. I don't give a damn. 14, 15, 13, 12. I don't give a fuck. Off with their motherfucking heads. There should be some fucking codes. There should be rules of engagement. And I hate these motherfuckers. It's that simple. But y'all like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Links to follow me on social media in the description box. Black first, second, and third. And we understand that we have more than white enemies. We have more than cave-in enemies. We're not going to allow us to come up with these excuses of proximity and poverty, because there's absolutely no excuse to murder an innocent child because your bitch ass can't aim, and because you haven't decided to have rules of engagement. Your ass should be murdered. Full blown. Murdered. Shout out Team Rob. Y'all already know what the fuck it is. I'm out.